Hello, my name is Maxim, and today I want to talk about functions in Golang. Functions allow you to create repeatable code, and we were using functions all of the time. So, for example, if we look here, there is the function main, and function main, this is the entry point in the Golang. So every time when you run the program, function main is executed. And now let's try to create some very simple function. And function will be defined outside of the main, and it starts with the keyword func. Next, I need to provide the function name. And this is the similar as with variable. So if I will start my function name from lowercase, it will be a private function which is available only in my package. But if I will use uppercase, I can reuse this function outside of my package. And this will be pretty simple function, print text. Next, in the brackets, I write my code, what my function is going to do. And here I will just print some message. And let's say it will be hello. Now I can run main go. And I got nothing because my function is not executed. Because when I run the program, main function is executed and this one never is executed. So if I want to run my function, I need to call it inside of the main. Now, once I run, I got hello. But this is like not very useful. We can a bit modify our function to have more functionality. Function can accept arguments. So let's imagine that we have this function which accept argument message, and you see already I got the error that not enough arguments in call function. And if I run, I will get the same error. So what does it mean? That I need to pass my argument to the function call, and I can call it hello, and then I can use this variable message inside of my function. So I can type here, for example, hello, and I got value. So I can call this function multiple time, good, and let's day. And I will call this 3 times with the different parameters. Also, I can pass multiple arguments to my function, not only the one. For example, I want 3 arguments, hello, and let's it be name, and I will type my name. And how can I specify here? So there is the 2 ways. I can add comma here and specify something like name string. This will be totally valid. But if these 2 parameters has the same type, I can just omit this string, move name here, and I would have the parameter type definition just one type. And now I can do something here, name. So, and I can add as many parameters as I want. And I can also define variable here. Let it be variable name. And let me call it the same. I can pass the variable right here, right? So I will get the same result. But what happens if I will try inside of the function to reassign the value? So I can specify name, and I want John. And here, when the function execution is completed, I want to print name. So once I run that, I got hello John, and at the end I got the Maxim, because when I passed my parameter, my variable to the function, Golang created copy. So this will keep unchanged. Copy was created, it was changed, printed, and then original variable was printed. So if I want to be able to change this, I need to pass a pointer. So to pass a pointer, I need to add here this symbol, and also I need to change type here to set this pointer. And this time I need to move this outside because this will be the different type, and I can type name and it will be pointer to string. Now I got the error that I cannot assign because I need to as the reference it. So, and now if I run the code, so it was printed not correctly because I need to also add the star here, asterisk, and now original value was changed. Uh, there is also cases when I need to pass like unknown amount of parameters, but one type. So how can I do it? So for example, I can do something like this. I can add message. I can add three dots here and type string. So now I can add here as many parameters as I want. So let me first, second, third. So I can pass any amount of parameters. And if I will try to print, let me try to print like my message. As you may see, this is the type of slice of strings. So if I want to get values individually, I need to do something like this to loop through them, through the range messages, and I would print this I. And now I can run the code and I got all the parameters. So for now, when we do something with the parameters, we only printed the values inside of the function. But what if I need to receive value from this function and reuse it in some another place? So I can do that with return. So let's imagine I have the same parameter print text, but it will be no. Let's change it. Let's change it to something as divide. And I would rename it here, and I have function which is accept two parameters, a and b, which is type integer. And what I want to do is I want to calculate a divided by b. So I can do something like here, result to be equal a divided by b. And now I want to access this outside of the function. So for example, here I want to print the result, and maybe I want to multiply this result or do something else. So how can I do it? So I can use the return statement. I can add return, and what do I want to return? In my case, this is result, but also I need to specify what type I'm going to return. And in my case, this is the integer, so I'm specifying it as here. And now I can assign a result of the execution of this function to the variable, and I can print this variable. So now can I run? I got 3. But I even don't need this. I can just simply call here return and just get rid of this, and nothing would change. Also, the same is true for pointers. I can return not the value, but I can return the pointer. So in this case, I would return here the pointer, and my type here will be pointer to the integer. And it will be like the same, but once I run, I got the memory location. I need to put asterisk here and run the code, and I got the same result. If required, I need to return multiple values, not only one. So I can, for example, in this function, calculate something like I can have, I don't know, let's do second result, which is equal b divided by a. And now I want to return both of them. So I can return first result, second result. Now I need to specify my multiple return. So I have two integers. And here I would do something like a and b. And now I can print the both values. So I can have as many as I need, and I got results 3 and 0. But this is pretty often used when you need to return the error. So I can change this to the error. So my function can do some work, but if the error produced, I can not print the message that error happened, but I can return this error to my main function and then check if this error inside, like if error happened in the main function. So let me get rid of this a and b. So for example, I know that I cannot divide by 0. So what can I do? I can write here something like this. If b equal to the 0, what I can do, I can return, but I need to return two statements. I would return, as for integer, I will return the 0, because this is like the default value. And next, I need to return the error. And in error, I can say it cannot divide by 0. Now, if there is no error happening, so once I get b equal to the 0, this statement will be executed and function not be continued. So it will stop here. But if b is not equal to 0, this never executed and my calculation happened. And as you may see, this is just not enough to return simple result. I also need to return the error. But if there is no error, I'm going to return the nil. And now, in my main function, I need to check for the error. So I'm checking if error is not equal to the nil. That means we in this condition, I would do something like log but the line and I can print the error. But if everything is fine, I will just print A. So now let's try to run. So I have 6 and 2 and I'm running the code. I got 3. But let's change the second argument to the 0 and let's run. And as you may see, I got my error, which I described here, cannot divide by 0. So next, what I want to show you, this is the anonymous function. So anonymous function, this is like the function but without the name. And this is really simple example which I can create. So inside of the main directly, I'm specifying the func, and in curly braces, I'm specifying the my code. And let's print something as hello. But as you may see, I still have the error because it said that value of type func is not used. So what I can do, I can add brackets here, and now I can run, and hello was printed. What if I don't want to execute this function immediately? I can assign this to the variable. I can do something like a, and I can call a, and this will be the same as previous example, but I can call, like, I can have some other statement here, but I can call, I can call this function later. So hello, 2 times hello, and 2 times that was printed. And with anonymous function, everything worked the same. If I need to pass some parameter, I can define it here, something like message, string, and I can print here my message. And now for A, I need to provide the message. Oh, let's do something 1, 2, 3. And I can also return. I can return the same message. It will be the type of the string. I would need to assign result of the execution to some variable, and I can print B, so everything will be the same. And final topic for today, this is the methods. So methods is like the same function, but they belong to the some type. Let's try to explain this by example. So for example, I can create the type struct, which will have 2 fields. Let's call it name, which will be the string, and it will be the message, which will also be the string. Now for this type, I can define the method. How it's different from the function. So we still start with the function, but here is what is the different. In the brackets, I need to specify my type. So it will be h and hello. And h, this is the variable how I would be able to access the fields of my type inside of the function. So it can be anything, a, b, hello, like it can be anything. And next I need to define function name, which will be hello, and my body of function. Now what I can do, simply I can print line, and here I can use my hello, and as you may see, I have access to my struct field, so I can say message and hello, I can have the name. Now inside of the main, let's create instance of this struct. So I can do hello. Here will be the name, which is my name, and message will be hello. And I can easily call this type by specifying my variable, then dot hello. And let's run. And code was executed and I got the result in the way how it's described here. So that's all what I wanted to show you today. Thank you for your attention. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel to do not miss any new videos. Have a nice day.